Hey, this is Evan Woodbery with the Knoxville News Sentinel and Go Vols Extra. Tennessee just wrapped up practice 11, so there are only a few more before the final spring game on April 20th. Today they went outdoors in very nice weather, still kind of working on some of the details from last week's scrimmage and also looking ahead to Saturday's scrimmage, which will probably be the last real scrimmage because the spring game's just kind of a glorified exhibition. But we talked to all the coaches today, talked to Mike Bajakian, the offensive coordinator, who's been adamant this whole spring about his search for a playmaker, and he said it's still very much an ongoing search. And I asked him whether Jason Kroom had maybe taken a step forward in that regard, and he had, but he said it's a long way to go. And that's something that Zach Azzani, the receivers coach, has also echoed. From the naked eye, it looks like he's been the most consistent receiver, but Azzani said he's still got a long way to go. He had a terrible practice on Tuesday, felt bad about it, came back out there today and did much better. On the defensive side of the ball, John Jancic, the defensive coordinator, said they tried to up the intensity a little bit. We saw him coaching really actively and aggressively today, whereas he's usually a walk-around coordinator who kind of bounces from drill to drill, so he was a little more vocal today and wanted to kind of get people going. And then we talked to Steve Stripling, the associate head coach and defensive line coach. He had something interesting to say. He had continued to praise Corey Vereen, who's the true freshman defensive end. Says he's just been a joy to coach, one of the favorite players he's coached as a freshman in his entire career, and he's been doing it for 30 years. But he was also the guy that was ejected from the last scrimmage. He said Corey felt terrible about it, went to him immediately after the scrimmage was over and said it will never happen again, I've learned my lesson. And he said that's all you can ask as a coach, is that if you make a mistake once, you don't repeat it again. So that's a roundup from this practice here on Thursday. We'll have a day off, and then Saturday at Neyland Stadium, weather permitting, will be the final real scrimmage of the spring, and should be an important one and an interesting one.